I know, but I really tried to like hold on, where's my live stream? Hold up. It's supposed to be streaming right now, but why can't I? Why is it added to the queue? This is so annoying. This is my life, honey. It's not ADHD. Okay, here we go. I'm live now. Yes, I'm back, y'all. I'm waiting for people to come in. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. My computer died. My laptop died. It was charging. It was like charging. Y'all see this cord, right? So I had it in the like USB adapter instead of the plug outlet. So I thought it was charging this whole time, but then I noticed it was kind of red. And then I was like, why is it red? And then all of a sudden, my laptop died. So I don't know. Hey, y'all. Hey there, what happened? Yeah, my laptop just died, y'all. My bad. It died on me. And I think what it was that I was supposed to use a plug outlet. Now I learned a lesson, valuable lesson. Do not use a USB if you're live streaming, because sometimes if the connection is not strong, you know, when you use a USB, like a USB portal or whatever, USB port. And what happened was I was using the USB port, but I think it's plugged into different, like, because this is Dom's office, by the way. So he has like computer monitors and all that stuff. This is his office area. And I think he has too many things plugged up to the power source. So then my computer literally died. It wasn't charging this whole time, and I thought it was charging. So now it's actually charged to a proper plug. My bad. I'm so sorry, y'all. Glad you're back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna finish this. I'm sorry. What'd you say, honey?
Blaming everything.
He said blaming everything. It's not you. I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, you're not blaming.
I'm blaming the USB.
Blame my office.
No, it's not your office's fault. You see, okay, y'all see a live interaction right here.
My office work perfectly.
This is the Pisces man right here. He said his office works perfectly, and with him. I'm the problem.
You're the problem. You are the reason.
If I'm the problem, you must be the reason. All right, let me stop. Happy you're back. Yeah, let me wait a few minutes to see others coming back. My bad, y'all. My bad. That was my fault. My fault. What a way to start the first live stream of the month. Like, listen. My husband was like, oh, Dom was like, it's the ADHD. Yeah, this is classic me, y'all. My bad, y'all. It's plugged. It's plugged now. It's plugged. Hey, Dom, say hi to us. You gonna say hi to them? Hi. He said hi. Can y'all hear him? Welcome to ADHD live stream. Honey, someone said they missed our vlogs. Okay, I'm waiting a few minutes for others to join before I continue playing the video.
Very soon.
When are we gonna continue vlogging?
Sorry, we are too busy.
We're too busy, yeah. It's hard to get him to film because he's always really busy. So, okay. All right, let's continue playing it, y'all. Because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's late. So, we're going to continue playing. And then that's it. And the rest of everyone, like, you guys can catch the replay. I'm so sorry, y'all. I apologize. That was my fault. And something told me, like, use the port. Like, something told me use the plug. But I was just like, no, so nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong with the plug. And then now, look, that thing died on me. But you know what? We're going to continue. The show must go on. So, regardless of audio issues. Okay, y'all. So, let's play the rest of it.
80%. But I had to pay all these lawyer fees, too. So, we were, like, really not in good shape.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, so that really set us back.
Yeah.
Kind of threw my husband in a whirlwind of...
How much money was it?
Brandy. It was altogether $120,000.
Wow. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
What a mess.
I know. It's
well, and I say this guy is a horrible guy. To be honest with you, it sounds like your mom set you guys up to fail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
I don't know that...
I mean... We should have been more proactive and revisited the will after she married this person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but so I was right. Yep. My suspicions were confirmed. So she didn't have a will. They didn't change the will when she got remarried to this man. Child, this is a mess. Please, y'all, please. I'm going to come back on the screen. Please. If you are of working age and you have a job and you're able to provide for yourself, please get a living will and change it every few years. Especially if you have a spouse or you have a child. Please make sure to take care of your affairs. Get your house in order, because this is what's going to end up happening. So while mama was sick and probably splitting from the ex because she said her mama lived with her in her last days, why couldn't she live with the husband? We don't know, but he seems like a bad character at that. He probably wasn't taking care of her. So now she had to go to her daughter's house, and daughter's taking care of her. And mind you, daughter also has her own situation going on with her husband and stalking his ex-wife and whatnot. And now the mother didn't even update the will. And so the stepfather got all of the money. That's what happens, y'all, especially in Canada. So please make sure you have a living will, because they're just going to give it to the husband or parents, by the way. So if you pass away and you are not married, but you're common law, your common law spouse can still try to go to court to get some of your, I guess, the whatever is living over, or what am I going to say? What am I trying to say? They can get some of the money from your estate if they claim it, right? Because they were living with you at the time as a common law, because technically you're married in the eyes of the law. Now, what ends up happening though is that they can claim it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll get it. That's common law. However, when you're married, your husband's going to get the money. When you're common law, it could be your ex-partner or your partner, or your parents, the next living person, which would be parents, siblings, stuff like that. So it'll be split between them, right? But if you are married, it's going directly to your husband, not your kids, your husband. So if you have a husband who has really bad behavior and he has a bad character and you weren't evolved when you got married, but somehow, now you're different and things have changed and you want to be a good person, you want to take care of your kids, and you no longer want to be with him, please make sure to get a will and change all of that information, because if they're legally married to you, they can take that money. They were legally married to you. So her mother, unfortunately, chose the wrong person to marry. And it's not just for grown children, it's even for young children. If you have a husband who has character and has shown the behavior of not taking care of your children, what makes you think that he's going to take care of your children if you pass? He's not going to. Make sure that you revise your will. Make sure you create a will. And make sure the money goes to your children when they become of age. You can even have like somebody who's going to take over the estate, and they'll be able to give the money to the children when they turn 18 or something, like an executioner of a estate or whatever. Anyways, get that stuff in order, y'all, because these men out here, they're not playing. They will take you for your money. And this man did that and had no type of care. He didn't care. So yeah, Mom Dukes did them dirty. Yes, she did. I wonder if Clarissa Shields has obsessive thoughts about... She does. I can almost guarantee that. It's sad because Clarissa couldn't even promote her movie because all she did was ask about... Yes. I think she's in competition with Remy. But we all know that Papoose is still in love with Remy. He still is. He's been in love with her, but he's a Pisces man too, y'all. Chill. Ooh, Lord. But yeah, she is in competition with her. That I can say, because she always has something to say about her. And it's like, why is she even in the conversation? They're just... It's very strange, that whole relationship. But I'm going to do a breakdown on them, y'all. Their breakdown is coming. All right, let's continue.
That because she made it out to solely me. It's like, okay, it's ironclad, stamp on it. Everything's good. So, it was ignorance on our part, really.
All right, so I won't cast judgment on him or anybody. We'll just say this is just one of those situations that just stinks. It is what it is, what it is.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So what do y'all do for a living?
Well, I'm a over-the-road driver, and so is my husband, so we don't see each other all week.
Okay.
So we drive.
What, is this a life you like living?
I used to love it. I'm starting to kind of feel maybe not as happy about it. And maybe that is part of part that's doing this whole thing with this woman, the ex. She has that great life, and I'm sitting here.
Let me just say,
you know what I mean?
She doesn't.
Right.
She's got some cool things that she gets to.
Hold up, John. You see, this is why sometimes I be side-eyeing professionals. What you mean she doesn't? I think she does. I'm sorry. My opinion is she does. Sis is living a great life because he's like, oh, you see, the problem is he's trying to make her feel better. But, sir, we got to be honest. Maybe she does have a good life. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The ex can have a good life and so can you. But I don't like when he's saying, no, she doesn't. But how do you know? She seems like she is. But you can't just say, oh, she's not. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She may seem like she does. No, stop trying to placate this woman. She does. But you can too. Just make some changes. They're both long-haul truck drivers. That already lets me know that they do not spend time together. And they're probably on the road a lot. And that lets me know that she's not taking care of herself. When you're driving trucks, she said it, long-haul truck drivers, that's probably how they met in the trucking industry. And that is a hard job to do because you're on the road all the time. You don't really get to take care of yourself as much as you should because think about it, you're driving all the time and then where do you get to sleep? Like probably when you're home resting is when you have time to really sleep properly. And also, it sounds like they're struggling financially and she has to pay back this $120,000 to her stepfather or ex-stepfather. So she has a lot of things going on in her life. But that doesn't mean that you can sit here and try to make her feel better by saying, oh, the ex doesn't live a great life. No, she does live a great life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But your life is just going to be a little different. Why can't we just accept that some people are living a great life? Some people always try to downgrade and be like, oh, like you don't know the issues they're going to. Maybe they're not living a great life. Okay, but how do you know that though? Unless the person comes out and says it, you shouldn't assume that they're not living a great life. Maybe she likes to be traveling and she likes to do different things. But again, I don't think that he gave the right answer. To me, I think he was just saying it as a way to reassure her, but that's not the right way to do it. If she's living a great life, we should be happy for his ex, that she is living a great life. Why can't we be happy for her? Why we gotta act like, oh, she's not really living a great life. You don't know. Well, we don't. She didn't say it. So for now, she lives a great life. Leave it at that, right? So it's just really weird. Yeah, like it's just very strange to me. I don't know why he answered it that way. But let's hear more. Maybe he explains himself.
Do because she's got resources. Maybe she remarried well or she's got family money or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's go back a little bit. Listen to him trying to reassure her.
I used to. It's part of the part that's doing this whole thing with this woman, the ex. She has that great life, and I'm sitting here.
Let me just say,
you know what I mean?
She doesn't.
Right.
She's got some cool things that she gets to do because she's got resources. Maybe she remarried well or she's got family money or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Why does he? You see what I'm saying? She's got some resources. Maybe she remarried well, or maybe she has family money. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? So this is the thing. Why do we just assume that how do we not know? How do we know that she didn't work hard for her money? How do we not know that she's saving and scrimping every month? But maybe because she, she's just a good saver. Maybe she used that money from the alimony or child support that she was supposed to get, or we don't know what she did with her money, but she looks like she did well because she's able to take 4 months out of the year to go travel and do different things. We don't know if sis has a job. We don't know nothing. Maybe she has a business. We don't know. But listen when he said, well, maybe she married well. And maybe she has family money. And even if she does, that is none of that woman's concerns. None. Yup, she's stalking this lady because she's living vicariously through her. She may not be living the best life, but obviously it's better than hers. Yeah, that's all that is. She is a long-haul truck driver. Is she working out? If not, I know she's not happy and the ex is living at the beach, so the ex might be in a better shape. Yes, I think that's what it is. She's not taking care of herself. And unfortunately, let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. She's not taking care of herself, and it sounds like her husband is not helping her either, in the sense of like, he's not making it easier for her to take care of herself is what I'm saying. He's a 50-50 dude. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all what I see. She's working long haul hours and he's working long haul hours. And on top of that, she's not taking care of herself. And the environment is not good for her to do that. And remember, she just said she regrets that life. Because now she's realizing that, hey, that's not the life I want to live. I want to be more at peace like the other wife. Because the other wife has an aura and a glow. That's what's going on. If she talked to a women therapist, they would be more blunt and cut to the... Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was disappointed with this whole like story. And of course, he's very experienced. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like he literally did not... He took that call and he could have done so much more with it. But again, I can't expect him to know what it's like. I think us women, that's why it's good when we talk to each other, because we can understand. We get it. And we would have given her tough love. Tough love. All right. Oh, hey, the star that fell. Hey, sis. All right, let's continue, y'all. It's like he doesn't want this woman to think that the ex may be better without... Thank you. And that's another reason... Hold on, let me get back on here. Thank you, Zanaya. Thank you. That's exactly the point here. Because if you watch part 1 of my live stream, if you didn't, go back and watch it later, but I said that the dream is that you get the man and the ring, and that you're supposed to be happier than single women. Ain't that what they tell y'all? That's what they tell us too. They say you get the ring, you get the man, and single women are gonna be miserable, because the narrative is that she would have been miserable without her ex-husband. She divorced him, and now her life is supposed to be worse, and this woman's life is supposed to be better. But guess what? It ain't like that. Especially if he's a 50-50 dude. So sis is living out her best life. And I'm happy for her because she deserves it. And now she's upset because it's like, I'm supposed to have the husband. I'm supposed to have the ring. And I'm supposed to be in a better position than you single bag cat lady. Ain't that what they tell y'all? You single women. Single women. Y'all desperate. And you guys are single and miserable. And she's proving the opposite. She's proving that she's actually living a pretty good life. And now that is what I'm talking about. You see where he's saying like, he's basically saying like, without the man, that her life is not, maybe she listen to the language. Maybe she remarried or she has an inheritance, but it couldn't be off of the strength of her own work and effort. Why couldn't that be in the conversation? I don't even think that matters, to be quite honest with you. But notice how he drug that in there. He plays that in there like, no, it's okay, sis. Maybe she got lucky. That's what it is. She got lucky. And that's what it is. Don't worry about that. No. But anyway, let's continue. Hold on, let me get to this. All right, I'm going to play it for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I promise you she's got problems too. She gets hemorrhoids too. She gets real bad gas too.
Right.
Right? I mean, like, so, like, she's got her life also.
Yes.
I want you to consider.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
I'm 58.
58.
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting to the end of the third quarter.
She's 58.
Right.
Of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're midway through the third quarter. We'll be generous.
Mm-hmm.
I want you and your husband to sit down and ask yourselves, for the last quarter and a half of our life,
Right.
what do we want this thing to look like?
Mm-hmm.
And let's be really honest about it. And by the way, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, where tons of people come here to be songwriters and drummers and guitarists and bass players, and they're amazing. And then life changes. And there's always a challenge because they say, like, I used to really love this life. I just don't love it anymore. And they almost feel ungrateful because it finally happens, right? They finally make it, quote unquote. And then they have the third kid. And they're like, I really just want to be with my kids. I don't want to go on the road, right? And it feels this tension. Can I just tell you, you got permission to do whatever it is you want to do.
I'm not gonna lie, I use Grammarly every time I write. It helps me get the best grades possible while depleting.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to exhale and say, hey,
Premium.
I've only got so many more summers to go to the beach. That's going to be part of our life now.
Yes.
But that means you can't YOLO, right? You can't just be a goofball about it. That means
Yeah.
you got math. And so maybe we're going to sell our house and move to a smaller house. Because I'd rather go to the beach and live a fun, exciting, like have a little bit more life in my skin than work as a slave to a mortgage company.
Right. Exactly.
Right? Maybe this one terrible debt, let's just work like crazy. Hey, husband, we're going to go nuts for one calendar year and get this thing paid off. We're going to work every single day, every weekend. We're going to take extra jobs. We're going to work on the side. We're going to like take extra load. Like, we're going to just work bananas. BANANAS.
Right.
And then for my 59th birthday, I want to not owe this debt anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
I know. And that's a great plan. And I said to my husband, let's just downsize. You know, we don't need this big house. Like, I know we have 4 kids between the 2 of us.
But they're grown, right?
They're adults. Yeah, they're adults. They come over for, a weekend.
Yeah.
But we don't need all that room. Like, we can make do with something smaller.
How much equity do you have in your house?
You mean like if we sold it?
If you sold it, how much? How big of a check would they write you?
Probably about $500,000.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Can we just exhale for a second? If you sold that and bought a condo for $350,000,
right,
for $400,000,
that doesn't exist in Canada. Oh Lord, this man don't live in Canada. Hold on a second. Hold on. No, what happened to my screen? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Something's wrong with my screen. I did something. Oh gosh. Hold on a second, y'all. What is happening here? Hold on. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. No. This is not right. Hold on. Am I back? Hold on a second. Can y'all see me? Hi, Lord. Okay, you guys can see me, I hope. Hold on a second. I gotta make sure you can see me. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I hope you guys can see me. Okay, you can see me. Okay, you can see me. Good. All right. So, y'all, hold up. This man, John Delaney, I respect you. So I'm going to be nice about this because I really respect you as a therapist. And sometimes he hits and sometimes he misses. And that's with everybody. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss. That's okay. Y'all going to hold me accountable. Listen, this man talking about, okay, first of all, let's rewind. They're 58, y'all, at their grown age, at her big age. And again, I'm not trying to age shame. Don't get me wrong. But you would think that somebody in their late 50s would have it together. But she doesn't. And this just goes to show you that everyone struggles, y'all. Everyone struggles. And I want this to be an example for my ladies who act like it's only the young girls that are struggling. No, even the 58-year-olds, the 60-year-olds, the 70-year-olds, some of them are struggling. They don't have it together. And I'm talking about not just financially. I'm talking about just period, relationship, financial. So please be careful who you get your advice from. Because he doesn't understand. 58. And she's struggling financially. She's supposed to retire in like the next 5 to 6 years. They're not going to retire. I can guarantee that. They're not going to be able to retire. She lives in Woodstock, Ontario. This man talking about how much equity you got in your house. And she said $500,000. He's like, oh, you could go and buy a condo with that. Let me show y'all the Canadian real estate market. Because y'all think I'm joking. Hold up. We're going to do a Canadian. How much time? Okay, I got a little bit of time. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. Somebody said he definitely speaks through the lens of patriarchy and capitalism, in my opinion. Yes, Astrology TV, exactly. He is selling her dreams. Yes, Irie Gardner. She needs inner work, 100%. And let me show y'all this man did no research. He did not research. But then I get it because it's a phone call. So it's a phone call. It's a phone call. So I get it. But this man didn't do his research. Let me show y'all. Let's go on Zillow. Hold on. Oh, by the way, Joshua Jackson filed emergency custody order on Jodie Turner-Smith. We might need an update video. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a series. Like, I'm gonna do update videos on Jodie Turner-Smith and DDG and Hallie. I'm gonna put both of them in certain videos. It's gonna be the ex-husband / BD Chronicles, the court the legal chronicles. We gonna title that series that, and we'll keep up with them. Okay, they live in Woodstock, Ontario. Let's check how much a condo is in Woodstock, Ontario. Here, hold on. Let me see if y'all can see the full screen. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me make sure you guys can see. Oh, yeah, you guys can see the screen, but I'm going to make it smaller so you can actually see it because it's a little wonky here. Okay, so look at this. And we're looking for condo, so let's put condo because y'all be thinking Canada is for the faint of heart. Canada is expensive, y'all. Canada is expensive. Okay, you got a 3-bedroom. Okay, you could actually get. Look at, but these condos are not that. It's okay. Okay, she could afford a condo here. Okay, I'll give her that. $305,000. But this don't look like a good building to live in. Is this a condo? Yeah. Let's look at the HOA though. Hold on. $310 a month HOA. This is not that bad. When was this condo built? Hold up. Maybe I need to move to Woodstock because heck. 1986. Nah, this is an old condo. This ain't gonna work. 1986. When was this built? What'd you say? We were born. Yeah, it's 39 years old. So that condo, best believe, it needs a lot of renovation. This one was built 1991. Come on now. That's what you could afford. But if you want a newer one, you're looking at about $540,000, maybe more. And look, they didn't even put the HOA. It's probably more than that. But sis is looking. Look, these are the condos, y'all. These are the condo prices in Canada. This is crazy. And this is Woodstock. It's not even Toronto. Y'all don't even want to see Toronto. I'm gonna even show y'all Toronto. Look at condo prices in Toronto. Okay, here we go. This one, Lawrence Avenue East. I can guarantee you this is not a good one. It won't even say when it was built. I don't trust this one. Condos are usually $500,000 and up. And that's if you want a nice one. This one is in Toronto. Here we go. $859,000. Look at $859,000 for this. Almost $1 million for this stuff. Look at this. $789,000 for this. Look at this. Look at this. $720,000. Y'all think we joking in Canada? We're struggling, y'all. We struggling. All right, let me get out of here. All right. So now let's continue listening and watching the video. God damn, yeah, Lau. It's expensive in Canada. You guys don't even want to see BC where I live. Like the condos around us. How much are they, honey? The condos.
Which one?
The one down the street.
The Royal Bay?
Yeah, Royal Bay. How much? 600,000 starting. Townhouses are at least 800 to 900,000. Houses are 1 point something million to 2 million. But it's new. Yeah, those are newer. But even if you want an older condo, remember when we were looking, it's like almost 500,000. If you want a decent, not even a good one, decent. And we're not even counting the HOA. HOA don't. It's at least 400, and especially if you live in an old condo, it's gonna be way more than whatever they're advertising online. Yeah, but anyway, okay. Let's continue watching the video. Okay. This one. All right, here we go.
Let's say 350 grand after fees.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a super nice condo in Ontario. I know that, but it will be yours. No one can take it, and then you write a check to this guy, and he's off your back forever.
Yeah.
And then y'all look at each other and say, "What do we want to do now? Because we can do anything."
Right. Exactly. But I would, jump on that, John. I would.
Okay. But here's where most people go sideways.
Mm-hmm.
They go to their significant other, they go to their romantic partner, and they start piecemealing it together, issue by issue. I want to sell the house. I want to downsize. I want a different car. I want to stop driving this car. I want to sell this car. I want to get this loan paid off. And here, it sounds like somebody's nagging them to death.
Right.
That's different than, hey,
Now that I use Monday service, AI makes solving tickets
Hold up, yo.
my form
Hold up,
of
my bad,
meditation.
yo.
Monday service.
We have a quarter and a half of our life left. I want to go wheels off, and here's what's going to happen for that to take place. And if you look at your husband and say, I want to have peace in this home so I can love you recklessly and insane until I die.
Right.
I got to get out of this truck.
Hold up, let's listen to that part one more
Half of our
time.
life left. I want to go wheels off, and here's what's going to happen for that to take place. And if you look at your husband and say, I want to have peace in this home so I can love you recklessly and insane until I die.
First of all, let's unpack this, y'all. Let's unpack this. Hold on. Let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. I want to live, so for her to be at peace and for her to love up on her man. That's what he said. Her goal is to sell the house, get a condo. And mind you, I showed y'all the condo. So we looking at 1986 to 1991. 39-year-old condo to 30, how old are, 91 is my brother's age. Like 35-year-old condo. So you're looking at an old condo, and y'all already know the maintenance fees, the HOA fees are going to be sky high because it's an older building. You're going to live with other people. Walls are probably peeling off. But that's okay. You know, it is what it is. You get what you can afford. My issue, though, is he said once she does all that, then she's going to live at peace and love up on her man. Red flag. John Delaney, red flag. Red flag. Why is that the goal? Not for her to be at peace and for her to work on herself and for her to not be obsessive about her husband's ex-wife. Not for her to finally be able to travel and do things that she wants to do. No. For her to love up on her man. That's the advice that he's given. And this is why I'm always saying be careful who you get advice from, y'all. Be careful. Listen to that. So she could love up on her man. That's her goal in life. The goal is for her to be at peace and love on her man. That's it. That's it. That's all. He didn't even ask her what's her dream. I mean, I don't know. Let's listen to the rest. Maybe he's going to ask her what's her dream. What does she want to do with her time if she retires? But she's not going to be retiring. She's not. And it looks like her husband wants to keep the house. And to be honest with you, I don't blame him because the options are dire out here in Canada. I don't think that he's going to want to do that, especially if they're financially struggling. So it's like, sis, he's selling her a dream like somebody said. This is not going to work out. Her husband's going to knock her right back into reality. Go and do the long haul trucking because we're going to need that money because you're not retiring anytime soon. I'm just letting her know that. I hope that she knows that. Or she's going to have to look into other options. But you see how a man can really, like, I'm telling y'all, and this is coming from a woman who's married. My husband is standing right in front of there. And ask him if he agrees with me. Honey, you're going to say if you agree with me or disagree with me. If you marry the wrong man and he's not financially able to help you, will you have a good retirement? No. And this, we're talking from lived experience, guys.
Remember that I was a social worker. I saw million cases.
Yeah. He was a social worker. He saw a lot of cases. And then I'm also lived experience. I can see it for what it is. So you got to be with somebody who's financially responsible. Please, that's a big red flag. If he's financially irresponsible, I know some people try to say, oh, he could be a bus driver. Look, is he a stable bus driver? And what's he doing with his money? Please, excuse me. What is he doing with his money? Because this man does not sound like he's helping her. And she's drowning. And I'm pretty sure you see that debt that she has, he's thinking about it as her debt. Because I didn't hear nothing about he's helping me pay it. Or he said we couldn't. Nope. It sounds like it's her debt to pay. Because that's her and her mama business. That ain't my business. All right, y'all. I'm telling y'all. A good man helps you heal and supports your goals within reason. Yup, I keep God first in a relationship and it's all good. It's simple. Exactly. Lau said, it feels like he's trying to get her off the call. Yeah. Ladies, listen to other women. Yeah, sorry. Condos are not cheap in Toronto-ish. Even houses are. Yup. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, don't fall for the trap. Be very picky. And that's why when my ladies, when I hear that you guys are picky and that you don't want to fall for anything, I love it. Please don't let people derail you and tell you could just choose anybody. Oh, he has potential. No potential. No, I'm sorry. Don't bank on potential. It never works. Does it work for some people? Yeah, but it's very small percentage, y'all. Most people, what you see is what you get. That's it. That's all. So I'm going to continue playing the rest of it, and let's watch.
Right.
I got to get out of this truck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to be driving on these icy roads at 59 years old.
Right.
I don't need to be changing.
And mind you, he's saying all this that she don't need to be doing and her husband's letting her do it. Mind you.
Tire in the middle of winter at 59 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
Yeah.
husband, let's sell this house. Let's buy a condo. Not even a super nice one, just one that's going to be great. The kids will be fine.
Yeah.
Let's pay this guy off. Let's owe nobody anything. And then we can decide what kind of job we want to have.
Right.
And
I
now
love
you're
that.
solving for freedom. And then you know what? Who cares about this fictional character?
Right. Exactly.
All right. And I want to build in a couple of other boundaries for you, okay?
Yeah.
Right after you get off this call. Okay, you've been with me for a long time. You've been with me since the very beginning, right?
Yes.
All right.
100%.
Say, I promise. I'm going to do what you ask.
I promise I'm going to do what you ask.
Just for 30 days.
Okay. 30
As
days.
soon as we get off this, I want you to block her on Facebook. I want you to block her on social media.
Okay.
So you
Okay,
can't
I can
see
do
her.
that.
You can't go.
Yes.
And I want you to tell your husband, hey, I've blocked her from everything. I'm not going to go look at what she's doing. I'm not going to see what she's doing. I'm not going to Google her, anything. If she reaches out to you for a family issue, unless something's happening to our kids and I need to know, I don't want to know about it. I don't need to know.
Right. Okay.
What I'm choosing to do,
Okay.
I'm not choosing to not be jealous of her. I'm choosing to be fully alive in my own body, in my own marriage, in my own house.
Yes.
And I'm going to stop outsourcing that to Marvel character that I've created.
Yeah.
It just happens to look a lot like your ex-wife,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay?
Yeah.
And keep your promise to yourself for 30 days. I could care less what she's doing. I'm going to spend that energy building the life that I want to live.
Yes.
So maybe you're
Right.
going through and looking at condos.
Mm-hmm.
You're going through and interviewing real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
You and your husband are trying to figure out how. I know Canada takes 95% of your paycheck for taxes, but what kind of job could we do that's not driving? That I could,
Excuse me, Mr. John Delaney, not 95%. How much percentage they take for our taxes? Nah, he tripping. He on that Canada, in America, I guess what was it? The Canada's for sale train. Sir, don't be giving misinformation like that. It is not 95%.
get into right now, right? Like, what does that world look like? And let's begin spending our energy on living. We're not going to outsource it to some fictional fantasy character that we've created. We're going to start living our life. And there's some reality to us. We've got to pay these debts off. We're going to sell the house. It's been fun. It's been great. It's where we raised our kids. And now we're going to go to something that we can manage for the last 25 or 30 or 40 years of our life. We can manage because we want to spend more time on the road seeing our grandkids. We want to take all that driving experience and drive all the way to Gulf Shores in Alabama and go to the beach. Just a good old-fashioned American beach. We're going to go all the way down. Or you can go to Lake Michigan, right? Or whatever. But we're going to start living the life that we want to live.
This man, listen. Yeah, sell your condo so you guys can drive all the way to Alabama. That's what he telling y'all to do. Drive to Alabama. And Ronette, hey sis, hey Ronnie, welcome to the inner circle. Welcome to the membership, sis. She's saying, yep, but she ain't going to do it. She ain't going to do a damn thing to Vanna Pittman. You know what she going to do? She going to hang up that phone. And then she's like, damn. And she going to go check the ex-wife's Instagram again. That's what she going to do. I'm sorry, Romy. That's her name. Romy's finna do. That's what Romy did. And I bet you she's still going to stalk that lady on Instagram. With what money? Thank you, Lau. Exactly. On the 31st day, nothing will have changed. Exactly, y'all. The husband doesn't know that she is obsessing. The husband is not selling that house, and the husband doesn't care. Thank you, Lucky 38. The point. Block so you don't see how happy you could be. He liked it. Thank you. Yo, when I tell you, it's real out here, y'all. This is the advice that people are getting. And I'm going to cut this. I'm not going to stay for too long, probably 10 more minutes. Let's wrap this up because I know it was a long live stream. But sorry for the technical difficulties. But I'm going to tell you guys something for real right now. This is why a lot of us are getting caught up, a lot of women, in bad relationships, bad advice. And this is someone who's licensed. And again, I'm not taking away from his skill and his professionalism because I'm sure that he is good in certain areas. But when it comes to relationships and it comes to women and it comes to us being fulfilled and wanting to live the lives or choosing to live the lives that we should be living for ourselves and being authentic to the life that God has created for us, or whoever you believe is the creator of the world, then this advice is not going to hold true. Because notice throughout the whole conversation, he's still tying it back to a man. He's tying it all back to a man. And making the ex, oh, this fictional Marvel character you have. Yeah, block her. And you and your husband could be at peace so you could love up on your man and go to the beach in Alabama or Lake Michigan. Sir! First of all, I'm tired of people trying Canada like this. We have more than enough beaches here, one. And you don't have to go to Lake Michigan to go to a beach. That's number one. Number two, the way that he's just sounding like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. You just downsize and then y'all gonna be great. You're gonna be happy. And you're gonna pay this man off. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Not in this economy. Not in this economy, because guess what? They're gonna pay that man off. Let's say they downsize. Guess what? They're still in debt. Sis has to figure out the next move, and she's about to retire. And y'all know how ageist the society can be, especially when it comes to working. So I'm telling you, sis, I'm sorry. Sometimes every decision has a consequence. And this is why it's good to choose well from the beginning. And I don't want to shame anyone, so I'm going to make it very clear. If you're in a situation where you have chosen wrong, then you're going to have to figure out how to navigate that. And what's the best decision for you and your family. But for all my other girlies out there, I'm going to hold this. This is why I always hold something when I'm in my videos. All my other ladies out there, pay attention to the man that you marry. Please. And this woman is 58 years old. 58. And she's still in the trenches. And then now she's living vicariously through his ex. Because her ex at least had some sense and left that relationship. This is why it's important to take heed and pay attention to the ex. Because let me tell you, she had it all planned out. It was right in front of her. The ex was able to tell her, hey, if she had gone to the ex and been like, look, man, I'm about to be with your man. I need to know what happened with him. Like, what's going on? What happened between y'all? She literally had the blueprint with the ex. She could have found out. But no, she didn't want to. And then she probably thought that it would have been different with her. And now look what this man did. Got her working tirelessly, long haul trucking with no end in sight because they're broke. They cannot afford life, especially in Canada. I can guarantee that. They are struggling. And now sis has to go out and keep working and keep hauling. And it's a hard job, y'all. It's not an easy job to haul equipment and to be a long haul driver. It's not easy. But it sounds like she doesn't have any other skills. And this is what she's doing. And on top of that, she's unhappy and she's depressed. And he didn't even notice that. Because notice, she said, you need to talk to your husband. He should know this. Your husband should be very observant. I'm going to tell y'all something. My husband, please don't let it find you ever, Lau, ever. My husband, he observes everything. When I tell y'all he observes everything, even if I wear new earrings, he'll be like, oh, those are new? Even if I wear anything or I do anything, he'll be like, oh, you didn't do that last time. Or how come you went this way instead of that way? Very observant. So if I was depressed, he would know. Trust and believe me, he gonna know. But this man seems oblivious. And I can't fault him because he's a long haul driver. But he needs to be at home because this is what's going on. So she's on the road, he's on the road. They don't get to spend time together. And now she's struggling. Chill. Let me read some more comments. But let this be a cautionary tale. Everything on this channel is a cautionary tale. And if you're single, take the advice from us and from others. And please, take your time. Don't just choose anybody just to get a ring. I promise you, the ring is not going to make you happier. You have to find it within and make the right choice. So that way you would have a chance to be happy with someone, either by yourself or with someone. But make sure you make the right decision. He sounded like he was BSing. Girl, he was BSing. What is this? Oh, right now it's John Delaney's show. He's like a mental health counselor. And we were going through a video about this woman who's jealous of her husband's ex-wife. That lady has a monitoring spirit. She needs to heal. Exactly. I'm telling y'all, she needs to heal. And also she needs to find what makes her happy, because that man is not making her happy and she doesn't know what's going to make her happy. And now she's focused on finances. Notice everything was about money. Oh, she looks like she got money. Why? Because she's struggling. She's struggling. And her man is not helping. He's helping her struggle. That's what he's doing. This is the example of struggle love. Struggle love. She's pulling out tarot cards. Not y'all saying she doing black magic. Lord. Lord, let me find out she got a little doll that she's pushing pins into. And sometimes, let me tell y'all, you don't even need to push pins. Just you being obsessive, you're sending that energy to that person. And sometimes you could wish the worst things on that person. It's just your energy. Okay, Khalesia. Hi, Romy. I'm watching the first case of the ex right now, but wanted to say hi. Hey! I've been enjoying all your case studies ever since I found how you met your husband. I'm 22. What? You found that video? Yeah, I still kept a lot of my old videos up because I want you guys to see who I am authentically and like my life. But I'm so happy. And you're 22. Yes, the prime age, girl. Please watch those case studies. Take notes. My young ladies, you guys have so much ahead of you. You have a bright future. Please choose right. Please choose wisely. Take your time. If there's anything, I even told my husband, I was like, look, if there's anything, any advice I would give, because he always asks about case studies and like, oh, who's the next couple this time? And we be talking about it. And I said this, and I will say this every single time. If I could go back to my 20s and not date half of those men that I did, I would have done it in an instant. Because I wish that I had stuck to my path. But I got derailed so many times. And by the grace of the Lord, I ended up on the right track. And now I'm in a way better space in my 30s. But I don't want y'all to do that. Please get it right as much as you can. And take your time. Don't let anybody rush you. Don't make anyone make you feel lonely. And if you feel lonely, try to feel that loneliness. Like, don't fill it with another person. Try to find out what the root of it is. And I always advocate for getting a therapist. Not this man. Try to get a woman therapist if you can. Please. I beg you. I beg. Sometimes when you are with the wrong person, spiritually can mess up your money too. Exactly. People don't realize how much whoever you choose to spend the rest of your life with, how they affect everything. Financial, spiritual, mental, emotion, everything gets affected if you're with the wrong person. I promise you, if me and Dom were in a bad toxic relationship, y'all would see it in my face. They all look the same. If you're in a toxic relationship, you're going to see it. And for some people, of course, they show social media pictures and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, if you don't see it on the outside, you're going to feel it on the inside. I'm telling y'all. They're not going to be happy. Because then they got to deal with this man, baby. And deal with him and his... I'm telling you, her man is 50-50. I can already smell it. Amen. Never date or marry down half standards. Yes, we're going to pin this, Devonda. Pin. This is the one. Can we get a deep dive on De'Ara and Ken? Lord! Y'all want me me to go to De'Ara and Ken. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes, I'll add them to the list. Let me write this down on my notepad. Hold on. And people be thinking I'm joking when I tell y'all I write notes. De'Ara and Ken. And someone told me the Mormon Wives. Mormon Wives TV. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Those are, yeah, De'Ara and Ken is a good one. Because Ken, Lord, he was young, but Lord, the way he was using that woman, he was using that young woman. Yes, you guys can get that case study. It's going to come sometime. Sometimes God won't financially bless the spouse or partner because they married to the wrong person. And once they leave, the person gets blessed. I know this because it happened to me. Yes, because sometimes you're in the wrong relationship and it's throwing your frequency off. And the things that you were supposed to achieve is at a standstill because you sitting here entertaining knuckleheads. That's what happened to me. I promise y'all, my life, you could even ask anyone around me. People who've known me for a long time, and I wish Alana was in the chat because Alana's known me since we were in high school. We've known each other for a long time, and she can testify to it. Even Sarantai Travel, my friend Letitia, I think she left. She was in the last live, but I don't think she's in this live. They've known me for a long time, and I was miserable because I was with the wrong people doing the wrong things. But as soon as I started to focus on myself and focus on self-improvement and really heal, my life has been going like this. No joke. Because I'm being authentic to the guided path that I was supposed to be on. And unfortunately, when you get derailed, then you're going to be in that little, you're going to be in a space and your energy's off, everything's off. You're not going to be motivated to achieve the things you want to achieve. I promise y'all, Halle Bailey is going to be a star now. She's going to grow so fast. Because she got rid of her anchor. I can promise y'all that. Just mark my words. In the next 5 to 10 years, not even 5 to 10 years, in the next few years or so, sis is going to be up there. She's going to be up. And she's going to have a testimony. And I hope she writes books. And I hope that she's able to really do great things. Because she's going to be able to overcome this. And her path is going to be greater. Because she's not with the wrong person anymore. He gonna be messing up somebody else's life. That's what's gonna happen. I've been binging relationship advice vids to prepare me when I'm finally ready to date. That's smart. Guru Witch. Yes. Please do that. I did that actually. I did that. And I read a lot of books. Please read books, y'all. Books are really good. The reason why books, I feel like the book form is really good because they go into a lot of detail. Try to read as many books as you can on relationships and from reputable sources. I'm telling you, reading really helped me a lot. I know I'm late, but I came to say hi. Hey, girl. I'm about to get off soon. I'm just going to read a few more comments. Or hey, girl or guy, I don't know, but hey. Love your work. Currently watching Gin and Juice. Woo, Gin and Juice, Lord. Those two. But I heard he's doing really well now, so good for him. Which I knew. I mean, I think they just needed to separate from each other. That, like what someone said, once they separated, they started to do better. I wish I had your videos a few years back. I've learned a lot from other channels and from other women's stories. So many women go through similar things, unfortunately. Yes, Mom. And that's okay. Right now's the right time. That's when you were supposed to watch it. But yes, a lot of us go through so many things. And there's not as many resources out there to help us. So we got to help each other. I know I don't want to say this, but I don't know if I'll end up with someone good. I may end up alone. Why you won't say that, 99? Listen. Ending up alone, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you real talk. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm probably older than you. I'm positive. There's nothing wrong with being alone. This is a time where you get to work on yourself the most. And I had to learn that too, to be honest with you. I had to learn that I had to be okay with being alone. And once I was okay with being alone and I was really happy within myself, then I was able to achieve greater things. And along the way, I did end up meeting someone. But at the end of the day, even if I had never met him, I would still be doing the things that I'm doing. Maybe just a little differently. But don't ever feel bad for being, you shouldn't, I would say this, it's good to be alone. Don't look at it as a negative thing. The reason why is that you'll be able to do things that how can I say this? Like when you're in solitude, you're going to get to know yourself on a deeper level. And you'll be able to fulfill your purpose the way that you're supposed to fulfill it. And when you get married, people really take for granted. When you get married, your time is no longer yours anymore. You have to share your time. At least now you get to have this time for yourself. So anything that you want to achieve, you should be working on them goals. And anything that you want to do, you work on it. And if you never get married, then so be it. It just wasn't meant to happen. But it's okay. Nothing is set in stone. And I did a video on that. You need to watch that video again where I said that, I forgot what the title of the video was, but I said that sometimes you're given what you want, but you only have it for a short time. We all have a expired time. Like, we're all on borrowed time. So you could have a husband tomorrow, and what if something happens to him? Then what? You still gonna be alone. Or what if you do get the husband or the spouse and then things don't work out? You still gonna be alone. So that's why I say it's important to be aware, and at least now you know you're scared of being alone. Don't be scared though. Try to find a way to not be scared and to be okay to be alone, because sometimes circumstances happen where you're forced to be alone, and you need to know who you are. I will say that. And I'm telling you guys from experience that that's the greatest gift that you could have, is time alone. Solitude. I was alone for about 7 years before I met Dom. And before that, I was entertaining the wrong people. And tell me how that worked out for me. It got me doing red flag videos for y'all, yeah, because I went through those red flags. But if I could take it all back, I would have saved myself the heartache. I promise you guys, it wasn't worth it. So just be okay being alone. There's nothing wrong with it. I promise you. Sometimes, like, you know, life is just how it is. And not everybody has the same path. Not everybody will be doing the same things. But at least you're going to find your purpose and the reason why you're on this earth, and make sure that you fulfill it. And make sure that you're happy doing it, because I'm telling y'all, just being able to live to this age that I am, I'm very grateful for that, because I've had so many people around me pass away and people around me not be able to make it. And I would rather focus on, you know, the here and now, and also what I can do before I depart from this earth. And unfortunately, being in a relationship, that's the fantasy they sell us, like it's supposed to make your life better and happier. But in actuality, it you know, sometimes it's just not, it's, how can I say this, sometimes things don't work out the way you want it to. So I would say just try to be happy and fulfilled on your own. Don't think that having a husband is going to make your life better, because again, nothing is promised to us. So we just have to live the way that we're supposed to live and take it one day at a time, and also get to know who you are first. Yeah. That's the advice I would give anybody. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with being alone. Nothing at all. I promise y'all. Nothing. Half of the things that I used to be able to do, I can no longer do, in a sense, because I have a husband and I have obligations here and responsibilities. If I was single, y'all would get like 10 case studies in a week. I promise. Like, but you know, I can only do what I can, because even today, just going live with y'all, I was able to do that because I had some downtime. But most of the time, Dom and I are out. We're doing things. We're cleaning the house. We're trying to be responsible. You know? I clean the house. What you talking about? Look at him trying to shade me on my live stream. I clean the house. Stop trying to... No. I don't want people coming up.
Wow, this lady's catching my
Okay, Dom cleans more than me. Okay, I have to admit. I must admit, Dom cleans more than me, but I still have responsibilities here.
Yeah. You're gonna wear. This is my answer, okay?
What? Oh, okay.
This is my answer.
He said I'm capping, y'all. Capping. That means lying in urban language. He said I'm capping. Look at him giving me a look. Okay, I'm gonna wear this cap. He said I'm capping, so I'm gonna wear this cap if it can fit my hair.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read a few more comments and then I'm out. All right. Yeah, you have to enjoy your own company. Yes. And join groups or therapy. Yes. Get a village around you. My mom had me at... Oh, alone doesn't always equal lonely. Thank you, the star that fell. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I was happy when I'm telling y'all, once I did the inner work, whoo, I was happy to be single, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed my single time. I ain't gonna lie. Those last 7 years, I did a lot of things. Yeah, you have to enjoy your own company. Yup. And love yourself. Exactly. My mom had me at 42 years old. Don't rush, guys. Thank you, Lucky 38. Yes, don't rush. And I can guarantee you, your mom was way more prepared. Reading books and start a hobby. Yes. Having a hobby really helps. Yup, it does. You're right, Devon, finding community. Absolutely. Y'all are spitting some real things here. Y'all are spitting some real things here. At the end of the day, yup. All right, Pisces behavior. Yup. Y'all saw that, right? This man got me wearing a cap because he said I'm capping. Anyways, y'all, I'm going to get off on this live. I know it's late. Thank you so much. Next live stream, it might be the week after next week because I think we're going to be busy next weekend. So just, yeah, I'll let you guys know and I'll notify you once I get on live. But until then, take care of yourselves. Have a good week. Next case study is coming out Thursday or Friday. I have to film it this week because Wizard Liz is up next. All right, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Love you. I'm going to stop streaming.